Legends' careers are often remembered by a few defining moments.
LeBron stands alone!
And LeBron James surely has plenty of them.
Oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with the rejection!
These are the times LeBron James' legacy was on the line, and he delivered.
James pulls up, puts it in! 4-point lead!
Starting off when the Miami Heat entered Game 6 of the 2012 Eastern Conference Finals, trailing the Boston Celtics 3-2 in the series. LeBron James knew that his legacy was on the line, as another early playoff exit would have undoubtedly tarnished his reputation.
Legacies are at stake.
Is this the end of the big three? This could be it.
I'm not picking them to win Thursday night. I'm not doing it.
I don't think he'd have a chance.
LeBron James!
Pressure was immense, but LeBron was up for the challenge. You could tell by the look he had in his eyes before the tip-off, LeBron was in a type of zone that only the greatest players to ever play could get into. LeBron explained on the show The Shop what it was like tapping into that zone.
We call that being in the zone. You wish you can tap into that shit more often. You're just trying shit that you never even tried before. Like silly shit. That game I had in Boston, Game 6, down 3-2, it got to a point where I was just out there trying. One leg off the wrong foot, bump fades off my right shoulder. I'm not even a right shoulder bump fade guy.
When do you know you're in the zone while you're in it? Like, at what point?
I started the game like 8 for 8.
You don't know.
And every time I was shooting, it just felt so perfect, and it was barely touching the net, like going straight through like a bird, just go straight through the border.
In a must-win game on the road in Boston, LeBron delivered one of the most incredible performances in NBA history. He scored 45 points while shooting 73% from the field, grabbing 15 rebounds and dished out 5 assists. This led the Heat to a 98-79 victory and forced a Game 7 back in Miami, which Miami won and went on to win their first championship as the Big Three. LeBron's performance was nothing short of breathtaking. He dominated the game from start to finish, but it wasn't just the numbers that made LeBron's performance so memorable. It was the circumstances under which he delivered. He was facing elimination on the road against a team that had beaten him in the playoffs before. He was playing with a sense of urgency that was palpable, and he refused to let the Heat season end without a fight. His play in this game would eventually lead to his first ever championship and Finals MVP.
The chants say it all. LeBron James, MVP of the Finals.
This was the first defining moment for LeBron, and the very next season, he once again had a chance to prove why he was the chosen one. In the 2013 NBA Finals, LeBron James and the Miami Heat were facing the San Antonio Spurs in a must-win Game 6.
Go have some fun, protect home court. Hey, when you think you gave everything that you got, you gotta give more. You gotta give more, man.
The Heat were down 3-2 again in the series, and another loss would mean the end of their championship hopes. LeBron James delivered one of the most clutch performances in NBA Finals history, scoring 18 points in the fourth quarter alone and finishing the game with 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. He hit several key shots down the stretch, including a three-pointer with just 20 seconds left in the game to tie the score.
Rebound tipped, still loose, picked up by Miller. Back out to James, another three. It's good! James knocks it down!
Even with all that, the Heat were still in danger of losing the game in the final seconds. The Spurs had possession of the ball and a chance to win, but they missed a critical free throw that would have sealed the game. So with just seconds left on the clock, the Heat trailed by 3 points and needed a miracle. Enter Ray Allen. The veteran sharpshooter hit a corner three-pointer with 5.2 seconds left in the game to tie the score and send it to overtime. This shot was one of the most clutch shots in NBA history, as it once again kicked back open the door to the Miami Heat's championship aspirations. This shot was so huge, a lot of people claim this shot even saved LeBron's legacy. The shot had the biggest of LeBron haters in absolute shambles. A great example of which was Skip Bayless. So let's see what he had to say about it.
The Ray Allen shot that beat my Spurs, Game 6, which should have been the closeout game in the 2013 Finals, is simply the worst moment of my sports life. By far, maybe times 100, the worst moment of my sports life. And I can't stop it. I have to watch it over and over and over and over again. Just quick backstory, my then girlfriend, Ernestine, now my wife, she called me on my cell during a timeout. We had a 5-point lead with 18 seconds left. And she called, and I made the mistake of answering, and she screamed into the phone, "We won!" It really tears me apart.
The Heat went on to win Game 7 and secure their second consecutive NBA championship, with LeBron James once again earning Finals MVP honors. This moment solidified LeBron James' legacy as one of the greatest clutch players in NBA history. And possibly the most clutch moment of LeBron's career occurred in the 2016 NBA Finals. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers faced off against the Golden State Warriors in a rematch of the previous year's championship series. The Warriors had set the NBA record for regular season wins and were heavily favored to win the title, with the Cavaliers seeking their first championship in franchise history. No team in the history of the NBA had ever come back from being down 3-1 in the finals, let alone to a team of this caliber. But LeBron James and the Cavaliers had other plans. The Cavs would go on to win the next 2 games in a row, with LeBron James and Kyrie Irving going absolute supernova, with stat lines looking like video game numbers. Their play helped set up a historic Finals Game 7 matchup with legacies on the line. In Game 7, LeBron recorded a triple-double, scoring 27 points, grabbing 11 rebounds, and dishing out 11 assists. But his most memorable moment came in the final minutes of the game. With the score tied at 89-89 and just 2 minutes remaining, Golden State's Andre Iguodala had a clear path to the basket and appeared to have an easy layup that would have given the Warriors the lead. LeBron had other plans though. He chased down Iguodala and made a spectacular block that kept the game tied. The block was one of the most iconic plays in NBA history.
Iguodala up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
And it helped swing the momentum in Cleveland's favor. On the following possession, Kyrie Irving hit a clutch three-pointer to give the Cavaliers the lead, and they held on to win the game 93-89. With the victory, though, LeBron James had led the Cavaliers to their first NBA championship in franchise history, and he had done it against one of the greatest teams ever. Many basketball fans and experts believed winning that ring cemented LeBron James' legacy as the greatest basketball player ever, as he led his team to overcoming odds that had never been done before. Many argue that this is the hardest ring that has ever been won. One of LeBron James' teammates and well-known NBA player Iman Shumpert gave his take on the meaning of winning that 2016 NBA Finals.
I think the 2016 ring is probably the hardest ring I've ever seen won.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm being honest.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you guys beat the 73-9 Warriors. And no one ever even gives that regular season didn't mean shit because they didn't win the ring.
As incredible of a performance LeBron put on in 2016, some would argue that his 2018 playoffs run was the greatest basketball he's ever played. In 2018, LeBron James put on a finals run like we've never seen before. He wasn't normal. Victor Oladipo and Al Horford both explained what it was like playing LeBron in that 2018 run.
What did you learn from Bron in that series, in that playoff series?
That experience is very important and might be more important, if not just as important as talent, having talent. He knew exactly what he needed to do every game. I think that playoff series, he averaged 45, I think. He knew which games he needed to do more in. Game 1, I think we surprised everybody in winning the way we won Game 1 on the road in Cleveland. In Game 2, he went on a 15-0 run to start the game by himself. He understood what was needed of him, but I think the most important part is when. I think that just goes with experience and who he is, obviously. I mean, he's not normal.
I think it's something that people don't realize how good of a shape he's in, and that there's a reason why he's one of the greats.
That team in 18-2, that was the non-Kyrie team, right? Kyrie was with you guys, obviously was hurt at the end of that season and not able to play in the playoffs. So he's essentially has the ball and is manipulating every single offense possession. That's the other part of this is like he's playing every minute and he's doing it every minute.
The other thing too was that we had so many different bodies we were throwing at him. We had Marcus Morris on him, we had Jason on him, we had Jalen on him, Smart, myself, being physical, playing hard, thinking that would kind of wear on him throughout the game. And this guy was still standing strong. Played that game every single minute.
In the NBA Finals, the Cavaliers faced the juggernaut Golden State Warriors for the 4th straight year. Many expected the Warriors to sweep the Cavs, but LeBron refused to go down without a fight. He put up superhuman numbers throughout the series, averaging 34 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 10 assists per game. But in Game 1, his performance was truly historic. He recorded a triple-double with 51 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, becoming just the 6th player in NBA history to score 50 or more points in a finals game. Despite LeBron's heroics, the Cavaliers lost Game 1 in heartbreaking fashion as J.R. Smith dribbled out the clock in regulation with the game tied. The Warriors went on to sweep the series, but LeBron's legacy was secure. He had led a depleted Cavaliers team to the NBA Finals and put on one of the greatest finals performances in NBA history. By 2020, LeBron James had accomplished just about everything in his legendary NBA career up until that point. But one thing still eluded him: a championship with the Los Angeles Lakers. The critics and haters have always tried putting an asterisk on LeBron's resume, with remarks such as LeBron having the benefit of playing in the weak Eastern Conference and that he would have never won out West. Well, we all know about the bubble. Some deem it to be the Mickey Mouse Championship, and others deem it to be the hardest ring ever won. LeBron himself actually believes he won the 2 hardest rings of all time.
That I know for sure that I've been a part of 2 teams that's won the 2 hardest championships in NBA league history. The 2016 Cavs coming back from 3-1 versus 73-19, and then what we went through in the bubble. And if you were not in a bubble, you don't quite understand it. You will never ever understand how hard it was to win that championship, to be able to motivate yourself. This is literally out of your whole comfort zone. No family. I didn't see my family for 8.5 weeks. Everything you're accustomed to, your own bed or your chef, your sleeping pattern. For me, I'm a routine guy. And when my routine is like knocked off, so
I'm with you.
I'm literally in a bubble at times, like in my room, literally seeing the walls like this, like The Shining.
Just blood.
Just like blood coming down my walls. I go in the hallway, it's like 2 kids on a tricycle. I'm like, oh, holy shit, what is going on?
However you look at it, this finals matchup gave LeBron and the Lakers the opportunity to bring the Larry O'Brien trophy back to LA. LeBron led the Lakers through a grueling playoff run, including running into the Portland Trail Blazers with Damian Lillard, the James Harden-led Rockets, and another red-hot Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, who led their team back from down 3-1 in a series deficit in the playoffs prior to seeing the Lakers. The Lakers handled all these teams in 5 games and had a showdown with LeBron's former team, the Miami Heat, in the NBA Finals. The series was a battle with both teams exchanging wins in their first 4 games, but in Game 5, LeBron took over. He posted a triple-double, scoring 40 points, grabbing 13 rebounds, and dishing out 7 assists as the Lakers took a commanding 3-1 series lead. Game 6 was the clincher, and LeBron delivered once again. He scored 28 points, grabbed 14 rebounds, and dished out 10 assists, becoming the first player in NBA history to record a triple-double in the closeout game of the NBA Finals. And LeBron was named Finals MVP for the 4th time in his career. He had brought a championship back to Laker Nation and had done it in the midst of a global pandemic in a season that had been paused and restarted. The moment made even more poignant by the tragic death of Lakers legend Kobe Bryant earlier that year. LeBron had promised to honor Kobe's memory by leading the Lakers to a championship, and he had delivered on that promise. It's clear that his greatness cannot be denied. From his clutch performances to his leadership on and off the court, LeBron has solidified his place as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But what's even more impressive than his talent is his resilience. Time and time again, he has faced insurmountable odds and came out on top, proving that he truly is the king on the court.